Hello, everybody. My name is Dom Douglas here for Dom Douglas Drafts. Phyrexia, all will be one. You can catch it on XWW, Wrestling on YouTube, or ExtremeTVOnline.com. $4.99 a month. First 5 days are free, and you get access to all the programming that we do. This video included. Now for the intro. That's right, everybody. Dom Douglas Drafts here. Phyrexia All Will Be One, Episode 1 on the main account. If you'll notice, I have 4 draft tokens because I got the pre-bundle that you can get before the set comes out where you get a sealed and 2 drafts. And the last 2 weeks, I kind of stockpiled 2 more draft tokens because they had a sale on them and I was going to use them anyway. So that being said, we have enough for 4 on the tokens, and on the gems, I think we should have enough for at least 8, if I'm not mistaken, 7 or 8. So we have 11 drafts available to us right now. Let's not forget, you can spend 10,000 gold, which you can grind to get a draft in. And on top of that, it's daily time. So I'm going to confirm swap here. We're going to hit that awesomely. Then we are going to go into events, and we are doing Premier Draft. Phyrexia All Will Be One. This is us drafting with human beings, and we're going to use one of our draft tokens. Now let's get this draft started as soon as we get 7 more people. 7 more human people, and that was pretty quick. Episode 2 coming off the heels of Episode 1 coming off the heels of Episode 0, which was a test run. Oh, I chose the wrong draft. What am I doing? What is this? Huh? This... Alright, well, our rare is a Shiradid, and I don't know how this happened because that is from Dominaria United, not Phyrexia All Will Be One. I'm gonna have to go back, but that's an obvious pick there, unless they're doing something weird with the Shiradid. But yeah, this is a Phyrexia All Will Be One draft. Let's see who's in the pod with us. All right, I guess. I mean, we'll take the Shiradid. Going for the card draw here. We have another rare pass to us. We can hit alt and see what happens there. We have a Rye Ivor, Bane of the Bladehold. Battle Cry, basically, whenever it attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 till end of turn. Beginning of turn, next time it would deal damage, prevent that damage. If it's prevented that way, create that many 1/1 colorless Phyrexia Might creature tokens with Toxic 1. I think we're going to try this one. I think this is the one we're going to try. Infested Flesh Cutter would be the one. Somebody took an uncommon over this. So that uncommon had to have been crazily good. But we'll take the Rye Ivor and kind of firmly plant ourselves here in white-black. Which isn't that bad because, we'll just do Toxic because that's what we did in Episode 0, but that was a very late finding our lane. This time we're finding our lane in pick 2. It's a toss-up between Duelist of Deep Faith or Billows Skull Dweller. I think it's a Skull Dweller, and hopefully the Apostle Invasion wheels back to us. I doubt it, though. I would much rather have the Duelist if I could have a choice, but this one has Death Touch, and that makes blocks really bad for it. Mind Splice Apparatus. All right. We have a Charge of the Mites, a Pestilent Siphoner, which is probably going to be the pick here. Pestilent Siphoner, because it's a 1/1 flying Toxic 1. And so far, we've gotten a couple toxic things that we can do. If this was a paper draft, I'm picking the Mind Splice Apparatus. Just for greed at that point. We have an interesting... Do we take our second Siphoner or do we take a Skull Bomb? Now, the problem is the Skull Bombs never... Any of the bombs never come back to you. But I'm thinking This one might, because you can only have so many skull bombs. These type of bombs where you can, sacrifice it. So I think Pestilent Siphoner is the pick. Once again, we're getting past the some white. We have an infested flesh cutter. That's the pick because that makes mites. Veraska's Fall is insanely good removal. They get to choose, but they also get a poison counter, and we are, toxic. We have basically every creature except for the Shielded, which I have no idea how that happened. Whisper of the Dross is really good. Yep, we're good. Whisper of the Dross is really good because we get the proliferate. The Dross pits these lands, don't sleep on them though. They are really good late game picks. So I'm going to pick the Dross pits as we have a Whisper or Incisor Glider. I think it's the Glider. This did some pretty good work for us in draft 0. And right now, I feel weird having the Shielded. I'm going to go back and see if a glitch didn't happen or whatever. But that being said, even if that Shielded is like fake, and it's weirding me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I'm still happy with the picks that we have. We have a 1/1 Toxic 1. The Glider cares about Toxic mechanic, pumps our creatures up. Flesh Cutter makes mites that can't block but give Toxic 1. 2 Siphoners. A Veraska's Fall where we give opponents poison counters. Shielded. The Rye Ivor makes mites. And a Dross Pits as a land. So far, pretty impressive pack 1 for us in the white-black Toxic poison counters. Now, we don't have anything to proliferate because we've passed a couple of those cards over, but Toxic 1 is, it's a great setup right now because in pack 2 we can actually care about those things. We can actually start filling out the proliferate stuff. Technically speaking, with what we're doing, Veraska's Fall should just have, has proliferate. Death Touch and Indestructible or the Gulping Scrap Trap. That is a proliferating thing. And whenever it enters or dies, so, you get 2 cracks at the proliferate. Unless it's a weird draft where there's like a Dominaria United. Whisper of the Dross comes back to us. That's a proliferate. If the other one comes back to us, then we are in a sweet lane. Infectious Inquiry, though, comes back. The Nemmark, I think we just put that aside. And the Mirror. So let's see what pack... Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Shielded. Alright. Our rare is blue. Off color. Basically, this is the copy equip. We have an Against All Odds. We have the Ambulatory Edifice. Atraxas Skitterfang, which basically gives Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink to creatures that we control. I'm going to highlight that one, even though Infectious Inquiry came back to us late. So the toss is Need or Greed. Need might be the Atraxas Skitterfang. The Lightbringer, though, come to think of it, I think we Skitterfang and let our opponent to the right know that we're not in blue. There is a Glissa Sunslayer is insane. Draw a card, lose a life, destroy target enchantment, remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. But we are going for the Shielded's Head Cleaver, because that is also in our wheelhouse of Toxic. Carmanax the Rat King. Other rats we control have Toxic 1, but this is the thing. It has Toxic 1. Okay. Has Toxic 1. So we might just want... Yeah, I think this is what we do. We don't have any of the other rats, but we could always look for them. Vial of Rebirth. Mandible Justicar. Dune Mover did some good work for us. Offer Immortality. I think we Stinging Hive Master here. Yeah, I think we Stinging Hive Master here. Check our creature account. We're at 11 already. Feed the infection, draw 3, lose 3. Each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters loses 3. Exile target creature if its mana is 3 or less. Exile that instead. If that is in a pretty good removal right there, especially with us doing poison. The land we could have made a play for the land too, but getting that poison counter, like, we're gonna get 3 poison counters, no doubt about it. We have another Vraska's Fall. And I think that's what we take. I think we take we take a second Vraska's Fall. And so far, the only white cards that we have is the Rye, the Infested Flesh Cutter, and the Incisor Glider. And a third. Are you kidding me? A third Vraska's Fall. We have removal for days. Removal for days. A Billows Skull Dweller. I think we take the Apostle here. It's a 4/4 flyer that needs to be dealt with because it will have double strike. The Apostle will have double strike almost every game we play. Against the odds wheeled back to us. That I find shocking. I get a distinct feeling we're in a really solid lane here. We're not drawing that many cards. Terramorphic Expanse, Blazing. I think I just take the Charforger and not play it. We're not playing 4 Vraska's Falls here, but we're going to take it just in case. We're going to take that 4th Vraska's Fall just in case. The best part is Vraska's Fall is an instant, so it's hard to play around that. I'm still weirded out, though, about the Shielded the Apocalypse. Like, that strikes weirdness into me. We might take the Vial of Rebirth. Surgical Skull Bomb. Get in the Testament Bearer. We're not playing. Now let's see what we open in Pack 3. Kethic. Crucible Golem. Annex Sentry, though. Annex Sentry. Toxic 1. Exile target artifact or creature. They control mana value 3 or less until Annex Sentry leaves the battlefield. That is a guaranteed pick, folks. Guarantee it. Like, that's what... I might as well just slam it in my wheelhouse right now. Hex Gold Hover Wings. Make that. Anoint with Affliction. Exile if it... We could do 2 anoints. We have plenty of things we could take here. We could take the Lightbringer, because we don't have one, but we only have 1 equipment, which isn't that bad. The Hex Gold Hover Wings, which is really good. Or we could just take the Anoint with Affliction, or even the Fair Basilica. But I think Anoint with Affliction, just so we have enough pieces of removal. We don't need a second Apostle. We do need a Duelist, though, because the other Duelist didn't come back. Charge of the Mites is good, but I'd rather have Duelist here. Let's see if there's anything. And we're not proliferating, so Scheming Aspirant isn't as good as it could be. Offer Immortality, Mandible Justicar. I think we'll just take the... Well, we'll see what's up. Alright, yeah, I think we just take the Mandible. Alright, we do have 1 land, so we're at that point. Traxxas Skitterfang, Fall, Stinging. At this point, I think we take a Fair Basilica. We'll take the land, so we have 1 of each of the pits and the Fair Basilica. So that means we have at least 2 of those awesome lands that you can play. Bone Picker Scourge. Do we pick 5 Vraska's Falls? I think that's a little too much, picking 5 of them, to be honest. So I'm not going to pick the 5th Vraska's Fall. But we'll take a Gold Warden's Helm just to Crawling Chorus. How did the... This is a tough one. Sinew Dancer or Crawling Chorus? Sinew just taps down so much so good. We have the Skull Dweller. Yeah, we took the Sinew Dancer. Sorry, we were running out of time there, folks. This might be the easiest deck build. So far, I only have one cut to make. It might just be the Carmax. Alright, so I'm going to put the Carmax down. I think it's a little... I think that plays just too cute. Vial of Rebirth. Alright, we're down to 12 seconds. I think I'll just take another Vial. I'll just put it in the side. Annihilating Glare. I'll take another Vraska's Fall. I'll take another Vraska's Fall. I'll take the 5th Vraska's Fall. 5 Vraska's Falls. And the best part is, we're good on lands. We're good on lands. Do we need a second Gulping Skull Trap, or do we take a Dross Bomb? We take a Dross Spell Bomb. We don't need the second, but we might need an Infectious Inquiry. I'll just take the Dross Pit, even though we wouldn't be playing it. I'll take the Badarsh and the Mirror Kinsmith. This should be the easiest deck build. This should be the easiest deck build ever. Once again, if you click the change deck layout, you get this version. And then if you type T, colon, the double dots, and then just type in CRE, that'll split up between creatures and spells. We're just going to eliminate a swamp. Easy cut. We were good on 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, a 5, and a 6. I think we're really good. Beginning of combat on return, the next time target creature would deal combat damage to one or more players as combat prevented. If damage is prevented this way, create that many 1/1. Yeah. Imagine that with that Apostle of Invasion, and it goes unblocked. And we make, if I know what I'm talking about, we get 8 1/1s. That being said, that is the easiest deck build ever, and we're going to play right now. Not like episode 0, where it took me a little bit because we did not find our lane until basically pack 2. Or like the middle of pack 2. But this time, I think we've got a rockin' and rollin' deck. Vial. Sinew Dancer. Deep Faith. They go first. We're on the draw. I think we play it spicy. And then I think we just Vial of Rebirth. Now this could be a mistake, us taking 2 lands. Normally you don't want to do that. Not at all. If they get rid of the Vial with a disenchant or something, I will love it. Alright, we're in trouble. Big, big trouble. We need a Plains. Next turn Plains. Next turn Plains. Come on. Next turn Plains. Alright. Persistent Siphoner. They are on the Boros equipment plan. Planar Disruption. Alright. That's okay. Not okay. So we're going to target that. Oh, they are not on Boros. They are on white. Green and white. Ah, Venerated Rot Priest. This card is... Well, this is a rough game 1. Oh well, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I should not have kept that hand. That's okay. Sometimes it happens. I mean, It can be a fast format, very fast format, but also you can slow it. It can be slowed down. And then it's built on late game stuff. All right, so that was a rough round first match. Let's hope match 2 is better. We do have, in my opinion, a killer deck here. And I want to see it just pop one time. Even if I have to, like, import the deck into decks, assimilate it as a 60-card deck, and then play against, what's her face? Sparky. Just to show you guys, just to show you all how good this deck can be. Alright, that's a much better. We have a Siphoner. We go first. I think we just drop a Swamp. That next turn, Siphoner, and then, you know, we try to Infected Flesh Cutter. I don't want to expose the Flesh Cutter. Like, I don't want our opponent knowing that we're playing white yet. So we'll just play Siphoner into Flesh Cutter. Next turn. Duelist of Deep Faith. Digging it. I'm okay with this because next turn we equip... Maybe? Or do we just wait? Now, if they have a disenchant, that'd be great, and they just use it on the Infected Flesh Cutter. Because then we Persistent, Duelist... That might actually be our next turn, because it looks like they're trying to get rid of the Flesh Cutter. Fencing Raptor. Making Duelist a 3/3. Giving us a poison. Okay. We do that. And then we do that. No attacks, because one of the Siphoners is going to block the fencing. Keep it up, and then equip the Flesh Cutter to Duelist, maybe? Ooh. Alright, I'm okay with that block. Even if they pump it up with that 2-drop. That makes them draw a card, because that's toxic. Yeah. They did it on Duelist. Interesting. Interesting call there. Sinew Dancer. Okay. We have a choice to make. I think we Vial. We swing in with the Duelist. See if they block. They don't. Or Azka's Fall. Number 1. They're thinking about something here. They're trying to figure out what they want to kill. And at this point, I think the Sinew Dancer is the best bet, but I can see them making a case for Duelist. Or even the Fencing Raptor. They officially go up to 3 poison as well. And then we block the Raptor with our Siphoner. Unless they use Sinew to tap it down, which I don't think they should. Unless they shouldn't attack with Sinew first off. Proliferate. Okay, they bring it back out. Oh, they did that to get the 3 to tap down my Siphoner. They really should have waited till my turn. They really should have waited till my turn. Really should have waited till my turn. That's the thing. I can't do both. Now, they can't swing out. They may think they can. Apostle of Invasion needs to be dealt with immediate. Interesting. So that brings me to 6. Alright. And this is whenever it attacks. So that's draw spits. I was not hoping for that. So we're going to Infectious Inquiry. Then Annex Sentry. The Raptor. We can't forget Angel of Invasion. Apostle of Invasion has double strike. So if they get rid of our Siphoner, we dead. We dead AF. Oh, they tapped it down. I forgot about the Sinew Dancer. That was the play I should have done. See, misplays, folks. This is what happens when you have your first draft of a set. All right, that was that both of those losses are on me. We're going to add this to the text cuz I already know. Sometimes it happens, you know. You have the best deck ever and it does nothing. And I'm kind of weirded out still by that Shielded. I wonder what it actually was. Because if I'm playing it and it doesn't pop up, and then I go into the text and realize it wasn't a Shielded, it was like something different. Whoa, Phyrexian. I can't read it. Kind of in the tank here, waiting for our opponent. Unfortunately, I would like to at least get 2 wins here to make it a little bit longer than a half hour. Because if that's the case, I'm literally going to play an extra game. But I'm going to adjust it, and I'll walk you through how the adjusting process for Sparky would go. We go first. I like it. Siphoner into Glider? Yeah. Feed me more. See more. All night long. And then we hit our 3rd land so we can Annex Sentry. There. Look, I know it's a digital format, but those Phyrexian full arts are so gorgeous. Yeah, I think we just Incisor Glider here. And whatever they bring out next turn, we anoint. Anchor Plate Golem. Put an oil counter on it. Alright. We can do that for Vat of Rebirth. And then Anoint with Affliction. As we play 2 of those. Getting in for some damage now. And if they bring out a 3-drop, we can Annex Sentry it. They do not. So we have a 4 now. But I'm comfortable with the swing. Bolt charge, okay. That's just Bizarre Town play to me. That's just attracts a Skitterfang. That was a weird play. Now, Ichor Synthesizer. Put an oil counter on it. Alright. I think we Annex Sentry the Synthesizer. And let's go swing. We're doing really good, but they are starting to get another Ichor Synthesizer. I think they're on the Synthesizer plan. I really think that's what they were trying to do. Now we can exile target artifact. Return it, or return creature. It's an Angel of Invasion, though. We're going to take action. And then we're going to make it fly. and see what they do. Block with the Skitterfang. Okay. Against the odds. And we're gonna return the Skitterfang. Now, the synthesizer's unblockable now. That's okay. They have 3. They can remove an oil counter from it. If we get another land, though, we have an invasion about to happen. But we don't. So. Does this have reach? No. We're going to give it vigilance. And then this pumps the team. Experimental augury. Okay. They get the card that they needed. They're gonna kill the Skitterfang. What? I'm on my second main. Huh? I'm on my second main. Come on. I was on my second main. I can do this at sorcery speed. That being said, though, cool, taking the 8. Alright. That's the thing. This flies, that pumps the team. Oh, it's 4 oil counters. Got it. That's alright. Hey, Apostle. I'm gonna take the action. Put it onto that. We're gonna make it get lifelink. And that pumps the team. Okay. It still doesn't win you the game, I think. 6. So I can block the 5/5. 6. Yeah. I'm gonna block the 5/5. Never mind, we win. I think they drew a land on that one. That's the only thing that they can think of. We almost lost that one, folks. We almost lost that one. But in my defense, I almost misplayed. And reading the card explains the card because I thought I could, bring back a Century. And oops, it's 4 oil counters. Now we start game 4 here. I still can't believe we started 0-2 because I kept a 2-lander, and then I misplayed game 2 like a maniac. I literally just threw the second game in the trash. Like, okay, I want to lose. And we've been here before, but here's the difference. We have turn 1, 2, 3, a turn 1, a turn 2, and a turn 3 play. Because if we don't get another land, we have Siphoner. If we don't get another land, we can play a Vat of Rebirth. I think we just Siphoner. Skull Dweller gives basically horrible blocks. Draw 2. Okay. There we go. There's our third land. So we can just do this. Libbity bloppity boop. I think we Vat into Siphoner. And if they have something, creature-wise that comes out this turn. We fall it. We Vraska's fall it. It did get 2 cracks at a draw on that card. You'll love to see it, folks. You'll love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We have Vraska's fall. Alright, they are... Basically, they need removal. Or a creature. Removal and a creature. We also don't have to draw one of the many pieces of removal that we have. This doesn't... Alright, so we got them on a 2-turn clock. Now a 1-turn clock. And they're probably thinking we're on mono black here. So there's the 3rd land. They have 1 piece of removal, a mesmerizing dose. So it doesn't tap. And that's game. That's game. See, sometimes Phyrexia all-beyond matches can be really quick. Especially with the toxic mechanic. If you pop off and your opponent is playing a little bit slower of a deck, you can steal a win like we just did. So, okay, I'm happy we recovered. We got the 2 wins. We got the 2 wins like I asked. I am happy. I would like to get at least 3 to 4 wins every time I draft. I'll go into that also after this game, why that's the magic number for me. I at least want to be 500. I would like to go 4 and 3, though, on most of them. Now, the difference between this time and last time is we don't have a black source in our hand, so we can't keep it. Now we do. And we can get rid of a Vraska's Fall because we have like 8 of them. And if they bring a 1, you know, alright, cool, we hit a land. We can get rid of the next couple creatures that they bring onto the field. Especially if they're a 1-1. It's a little bit of a slower start, but we did have to mulligan down to 6 cards. Sizer Glider. Okay, that is actually anointable. I don't want them knowing that I don't want them knowing that we have white yet. It's going to be next turn, but because it might be Stinging Hivemaster or Whisper. I would like Stinging Hivemaster first to at least capitalize on the Whispers. Alright, so that's equipments. They have equipment. They are Boros equipment. Because that is activated abilities of equipment you control that target that cost 1 less to activate. So, yep, Playhold War Whip. And then they get to put that onto there and a Shrapnel Singer. Oh, it's got Mana Chase. Alright, so this is Fair Basilica time. And this is Duelist of Deep Faith. And we can attempt to get a little cheeky here. Because I don't think anything has First Strike. No. They let it through. That is insanely crazy. So they let that through. So they have definitely plans for that Playhold War Whip onto the Aspirante. Now it's a X Gold Halberd. They're going to attack. Watch. They're going to attack with this. They attack with everything. It's got Menaches. Damn. We can do that. And then Whisper that to maximize our Whispers. Yeah. Our Duelist still lives. We have enough for this. Into this. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Because nothing has double strike, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. We can do, we're doing 7. They got 1 card left in hand. Alright, let's see how they play this. Because I'm looking at 6 damage right now. Yeah, I'm looking at 6 damage right now. If they swing out. They equip the Lightbringer to give it an additional. Yeah. Yeah, this is the 6. We are 1 off of an Apostle, so we have to Infection Inquiry. We are a little too late. A little too late with the Annex Sanctuary, because we could have Annex Sanctuary the Blade Graft. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't think we have a win here. No, we don't actually. Because the Aspirant has double strike, and it's Menace. So I have 2 creatures to block, and the Mites can't block. Alright, so not the best start to this series. Not the best start at all. But in my defense, the first 2 games I threw those 2 games away. Game 1 was our first loss was because I kept a 2-lander and then didn't get there. Second game I misplayed like a maniac and just threw it away. Now, when I said earlier about getting 3 to 4 wins, when you get 3 wins, you get 1,000 gems. It costs 1,500 gems to do these events. If you get 4 wins, it's 1,400 gems. So, you kind of slow the decrease and the decay of your gems if you're hitting that 3 to 4 win ratio. You're going to have 0 and 2s. You're going to have 0 and 3s. You're going to have 0 and 1 and 3s, 2 and 3s, and 0 and 3s. But if you can maintain constantly, my thinking, between the 3 and 4 wins, you can draft up until the new set comes out. So let's claim our prize here. We got 250 gems. That's what I'm telling you. You go from 250 gems on 2 wins to 1,000 gems on 3 wins and 2 packs. All right, folks. My name is Dom Douglas here for ExtremeTVOnline.com, XWW Wrestling on YouTube, and probably my YouTube channel as well. I want to thank everybody for watching, and may your top deck always be mythic.